Mlami.
Good day, folks. What a pleasure and one way to welcome you to Spokes Insight, your biggest sport magazine program here on Focus Online TV. I'm your host, Eric Palup Collins. On this program, we bring you in-depth and accurate analysis of a sporting event from the world of sports. This program comes your way Saturday of every week from 2 to 4 p.m. here on Focus Online TV. We encourage you to keep watching. Again, I'm your host, Eric Palup Collins. Thanks for following. Good day, folks. What a pleasure and one way to welcome you to Spokes Insight, your biggest sport magazine program here on Focus Online TV. I'm your host, Eric Palup Collins. On this program, we bring you in-depth and accurate analysis of a sporting event from the world of sports. This program comes your way Saturday of every week from 2 to 4 p.m. here on Focus Online TV. We encourage you to keep watching. Again, I'm your host, Eric Palup Collins. Thanks for following. All right, good day, folks. What a warm and pleasant way to welcome you to your premier magazine sports program, Focus Sports Insight, here at Focus Online TV. And on this program, we bring you accurate and in-depth analysis about development from the world of sports. So this program comes away Saturday of every week from 2 to 3 p.m. live from our main studios here in Topo Village along the Japanese Freeway. So, on today's edition of our show, we're going to be talking about two major issues, specifically with local football in our country. As a matter of fact, yesterday we woke up to the shocking news that the Liberia Football Association has terminated the contract of Coach Ansu Keita on a mutual consent. And in addition to that, the current Mana River Union Honor 17 Peace Cup is taking place in Liberia. Liberia and Sierra Leone are the only two participants participating in the tournament. It is best out of four series. We're going to run you pre and post match analysis about the ongoing Mana River Union Honor 17 Peace Cup taking place in Liberia. So, like we say, our major talking point has to do with the termination of the contract of Coach Ansu Keita, head coach of the Liberia national team, the male national team, by the authorities of the Liberia Football Association. We're going to read the official statement from the Angola Liberia Football Association, and we want to weigh in that today on this program. So, for those of you watching our live videos, we want to say thanks. We encourage you to share our video. You can invite others to follow. This program promises to be entertaining and interactive. If you have questions, if you have comments, you can leave it in the comment section on our live video. Or better still, you can call the numbers on the screen via WhatsApp. We're going to afford you the opportunity to participate in our program. So we'll take a short break and we'll come back. We're going to get our program rolling. Good day, folks. What a pleasure and one way to welcome you to Spokes Insight, your biggest sport magazine program here on Focus Online TV. I'm your host, Eric Palup Collins. On this program, we bring you in-depth and accurate analysis of a sporting event from the world of sports. This program comes your way Saturday of every week from 2 to 4 p.m. here on Focus Online TV. We encourage you to keep watching. Again, I'm your host, Eric Palup Collins. Thanks for following. All right, thanks for rejoining us here on Focus Online TV. We want to say thanks. Again, the program you are watching is Focus Sports Inside. We are live on Focus Online TV, broadcasting from our main studios in Topo Village along the Japanese Freeway. And this is your sports premier program that brings you accurate and in-depth analysis about development from the world of sports. This program comes your way Saturday of every week from 2 to 3 p.m. And the biggest news in regards to the sporting event on the local scene is that the Liberia Football Association has with immediate effect terminated the contract of Liberia's male national team coach Ansu Keita for sporting just cause. That's the biggest sporting news in the country so far. And in addition to that, the current Mano River Union Honor 17 Peace Cup is taking place in Liberia between Liberia's men's Honor 17 national team and that of Sierra Leone. It is a best out of four series. They have played two matches so far. Liberia won or two. First game, Liberia won 6-2, and the second game, Liberia defeated Sierra Leone 3-2. So we're going to bring you some pre and post match analysis regarding the tournament. We're going to talk about the termination of the contract of Coach Ansu Keita as head coach of the national team of the Lone Star of Liberia. So, like we said, today's edition promises to be fascinating and entertaining. So, to get rolling, like we said earlier, yesterday, surprisingly, we saw on the social media an official statement issued from the angles of the Liberia Football Association, wherein they were officially informing the public that they have terminated the contract of Coach Ansu Keita as head coach of the national team of Liberia. That is the males national team of Liberia. So this is the statement on the page of the Liberia Football Association. The statement reads, we say LFA terminates Keita's contract for sporting just cause. And we go forward, the Liberia Football Association announces the termination of the services of men's senior national team head coach Ansu Keita. In a December 29 letter to Keita, LFA Secretary General Collie A. Doko Atone said a major decision was reached to immediately terminate the contract for Sporting Just Cause without compensation at an executive committee meeting on 18 December. The LFA thanked Keita for his contribution to football development and wished him the best in future endeavors. The search for a new coach will be announced in 2024. And so this is the official statement on the page of the Liberia Football Association. Like we said, they have with immediate effect terminated the contract of Coach Ansu Keita. And so prior to this decision, there have been a lot of public outcry for the dismissal of Ansu Keita as head coach of the males national team of the Lone Star of Liberia. And some of these public outcries were generated from the dismal performance of Ansu Keita as head coach of the Lone Star of Liberia. As you may be aware, on the wing of Ansu Keita as head coach, Liberia national team, we have played several international matches, and of those matches we have played, most of the results coming from those matches are proving to be dismal, not in the favor of the Lone Star of Liberia. And so, couple of reasons are justified by the dismal performance of Ansu Keita as head coach of the Lone Star of Liberia. Public outcry. He said that the Liberia Football Association have succumbed to public pressure because they have come under immense pressure and critics of recent that Ansu Keita should be dismissed as head coach of the Lone Star of Liberia. Now, Ansu Keita, we just want to run you through a few stats that we said. On him, we can recall the Lone Star of Liberia went away in a major nation African Cup of Nations Cup qualifiers away to Sierra Leone. That where we started this whole problem. We drew 2-2 away to Sierra Leone, and on whom saw disappointingly, the Lone Star of Liberia lost 2-1 to South Africa, not Sierra Leone, South Africa. On whom saw. We had another friendly match away to Ghana, and we lost 3-1 to Ghana. After Ghana, we went to Libya. Liberia lost 3-2 to Libya. And after Libya, we won another friendly match against Morocco. Liberia lost 3-0. And after that, we got started with the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers on home soil. We played 2 back-to-back games on home soil. We, of course, lost 1-0 to Malawi. And after that, just a day after, we lost 1-0 to Equatorial Guinea on home soil. So it has been actually a dismal performance for Ansu Keita as head coach of the national team of Liberia. And so series of pressure has been coming in from the angle of the public, football stakeholders, all of major actors in the country that Ansu Keita should be dismissed as head coach of the Lone Star of Liberia. So officially yesterday, the public was informed that LFA has received that decision after a Congress committee meeting where majority of the members agreed that the contract should be terminated for a just cause. The coach will not be compensated, and they thank him for his time as coach of the Lone Star of Liberia, and they're going to announce in 2024 the vacancy of such for a new coach. So now looking into this decision from the angle of the Liberia Football Association, there are a few questions we want to ask. Whether the decision is timely, they said that the FA has succumbed to public pressure at their legal basis or justification for the termination of the contract of Ansu Keita as head coach of the Lone Star of Liberia. Now, before Ansu Keita could be hired or employed as head coach of the Lone Star of Liberia, there were three conditions met or given to Ansu Keita. Ansu Keita had three mandates as coach of the Lone Star of Liberia. Now, as part of his coaching mandate, he was charged with the responsibility of ensuring that he qualified the Lone Star of Liberia to the 2023 Nations Cup, which will be played this 2024 in Ivory Coast. I mean, next year, 2024 in Ivory Coast. As part of his mandate, he was charged with the responsibility to develop a local national team of the Lone Star of Liberia. And lastly, he was also charged with the responsibility to qualify the Lone Star of Liberia to the 2026 World Cup, which of course he started the campaign on a poor note. He has lost two home games two back-to-back fixtures on home soil. We lost 1-0 to Malawi, and of course, we lost 1-0 to that of Equatorial Guinea. So again, we want to say we are looking at this decision because for us as media colleagues, we are wide out of society, and our role and responsibility is to ensure that we render our opinions or view on this issue from an independent, critical, and very objective analysis or standpoint. You hire a coach, and he was given three mandates. Yes, it is his responsibility to ensure that he can help to develop the local national team. Yes, today Keita has been celebrated in Liberia for his immense contribution and development when it comes to our local team, most especially the under 17 team. It was Ansu Keita who helped to build or develop that team today. The majority members of the local national team are players today who are playing in our national league and they are making headways at real first and second division clubs. All of those things happen under the watch or tutelage of Ansu Keita as head coach of the not head coach but as under 17 coach of the Liberia's national team. Now, it was part of his coaching mandate. You went further, you hired Ansu Keita, you said you should qualify the Lone Star or the national team to the African Cup of Nations, which will be played 2024 in Ivory Coast. Of course, Ansu Keita missed up on that opportunity. It was a golden opportunity for us here on home soil when we had to play away. Home soil to South Africa. We went away, we drew 2-2, and we had the ball in our court here on home soil, and we drew 2. We lost 2-1 to South Africa, and we slept on that opportunity. And the last opportunity for Ansu Keita was the opportunity to qualify the national team of Liberia to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And of course, we started that on a very poor note. We lost 2 games on home soil here, and we have the remaining games to be played. We have roughly about 10 games. We have played 2, so we are left with 8 games already. We have lost 2 on home soil. So the thing is, we want to ask, they say because Keita have already lost 2 games on home soil, so we want to preempt that he's not going to qualify the Lone Star of Liberia in the competition because yes, one of his mandate I can say that safely that Keita, as part of Keita's mandate to ensure that he can develop the local team, he helped immensely. He built that team. That team is well structured, and today we are following the under 17 team, even their performance in the current or Mana River Union or Peace Cup under 17 taking place in Liberia. We've been following the team performance. They have been quite impressive. And we can say we owe that to Ansu Keita. He takes the credit for that. Now, you gave him 3 mandates as a coach. He failed on one. Yes, we will agree he successfully executed one of the mandates and he's left with one. He's still battling, he's still struggling in the process, trying to ensure that he can help. He has lost 2 games. It's not yet over. You have 8 games left. All those 8 games, it is possible, yes, because we have Malawi, we have Equatorial Guinea, we have Sao Tome and Principe, we have Namibia, and of course we have Tunisia. Yes, it is too early to just take a decision. We don't know from whence that decision stems from the angle of the Liberia Football Association. But again, it is the decision of the Liberia Football Association. But again, when we talk about football in this country, to some extent, we have to come from a rational or real standpoint. The Lone Star of Liberia as a national team, the entire national team will have a budget of 80,000 United States dollars. Yes, 80,000 United States dollars as the budget for the national team of Liberia. Now, the Lone Star of Liberia, our national team, when we go to major competition or events, we wait just a week or two to these major events or competition before we can start to prepare. Late preparation, which of course over the years, it hasn't really been a good footing for us. All over the world, like we said, football is now basic. Football has to do with big investment. What you put in, what your level of preparation determines the kind of result you will get. This is why more often we sometimes cite some of the clubs in the countries around the continent or the globe that we know of. So that we talk about the famous Manchester City that people see today. They are dominating England, they are dominating Europe. Yes, Manchester City, their owners or people who are managing that club, they hugely invested in Manchester City. They brought the kind of quality of players, adequate preparation today. They are yielding the result. Unlike the Lone Star of Liberia, they could say even the local team that we started to build today, the team they are completely falling apart. It was just a recent because we had another tournament to participate in. We had the players we started to prepare and practicing in Wasofo. But this is not a good footing. If you want to have a result, if you want to have the kind of result that you need for football, especially you want your national team to win, you want to produce, you have to support resources why you have to support the team. In terms of preparation, you have to prepare adequately. You cannot train for just a day or two and you want to go and defeat somebody who have been training for more than a month. No, it is not possible. You cannot invest just a little into a process and somebody who has invested thousands of dollars into a process and you want to go and defeat that person. So I think yeah, it is a two ways. Yes, we agree Koita as a coach takes some responsibility, but to some extent, the footballing authorities, our policy decision makers, people who are at the helm of power in this country, they are not really prioritizing sports or football in this country. We politicize everything about football. You give a coach a job, too much of interference from people sitting at the footballing authority. They will want to dictate with the coach. People want to make recommendations with regards to the kind of players they want to play for the national team. And sometimes when the team is not performing, you got problems with that. 80,000 is just a little. 80,000 is just a little amount, a very little amount for a whole national team of a country as a budget. How do you expect the country to run effectively and efficiently when it comes to football in the country? Look at the local national league today. The league, what we expect to ensure that we can show most of the local players can showcase the talent. We can go there and be able to recruit players for the senior national team today. They have been poorly funded. They have been poorly funded. So, as a matter of fact, yes, you go to the national league. Of course, the league is a bit trying to make a level of progress, but again, we are still missing out on a lot of things because these players that you recruit locally that are part of the team, how often do they practice? How often do they train? Sometimes you will start the preparation 1 or 2 days and will go low. The guys will stop practicing. You take players, professional players from different clubs. You come to play international game. Just 2-3 days, you bring the guys here and they practice. And you want for us to go and get a result. Yes, the pressure has been on Keita. A lot of people have been complaining, but it said that Keita, because prior to Ansu Keita, if we want to retrospect with some of the coaches we have, these guys, none of them qualify us for this major competition. No, nobody qualified us. The last time I can remember was in 2002 when Liberia participated in the Nation Cup when we had the likes of George Weah, we had James Alisa Diva and other guys who went to the Nation Cup in Mali. In Mali 2002 in that Nation Cup. It was the last time we ever qualified for a major competition. So it is not just about the coach. No, but it's about the level of preparation. It is level of how much you invest into the process. Because if you invest more into the process, it means you're going to get the necessary result that you anticipate. So, yes, you have terminated the contract of Ansu Keita. Ansu Keita, like we said, there have been a lot of public outcry. I can recall we were at the Samuel Kanyadu Sports Complex after the game between Liberia and Malawi. Thousands of fans stormed the media room. They were demanding for the unconditional dismissal of Ansu Keita, head coach of the Lone Star of Liberia. We saw the fans agitating some of them through that racks, the threw water bottles and other things on the stadium. Some of them have placards outside the stadium with different inscriptions expressing their disenchantment. And today, yes, the LFA has reached that decision. Now, Keita is no more. Keita is no more. But after Keita, what becomes of the Lone Star of Liberia? You are bringing in another coach. Would there be no interference? Would there be no interference? Would there be increase in budgetary allocation for the Lone Star of Liberia? These are questions we should be asking because tomorrow the same shame and disgrace going to come upon the next person you're going to appoint as coach of the Lone Star of Liberia. So it is not just about the coach. So everything involves. So we have to look at this thing from various sides of the device. We have to look at these things from various sides of the device. It is not just with Ansou Keita. It is not just the issue about Ansou Keita, but a whole lot we know have to be done in terms of preparation, in terms of investment, because what we invest into the sport program is what we're going to get out of it. Yes. So Focus Sports Insight, you are here. We are live on Focus Online TV. We broadcasting from our main studios in Togo Village along the Jibrani Freeway. Like we said, if you are following live, we say thanks for following our live video. You can share our video. You can also invite others to follow. It's a 1-hour sports magazine program, and so we're talking about the Liberia Football Association decision to terminate the contract of Ansou Keita, head coach of the Lone Star of Liberia, for a just sporting cost, and they said with no compensation attached. Is the decision actually welcoming? They say in the interest of football in Liberia. Are there reasons for which? Are there genuine reasons? They say that the LFA has succumbed to public pressure. We've been talking about this, so we'll take just a break and we'll come back. We're going to continue with the program. Good day, folks. What a pleasure and one way to welcome you to Sports Insight, your biggest sport magazine program here on Focus Online TV. I'm your host, Eric Palup Collins. On this program, we bring you in-depth and accurate analysis of a sporting event from the world of sports. This program comes your way Saturday every week from 2 to 4 p.m. here on Focus Online TV. We encourage you to keep watching. Again, I'm your host, Eric Palup Collins. Thanks for following. Good day, folks. What a pleasure and one way to welcome you to Sports Insight, your biggest sport magazine program here on Focus Online TV. I'm your host, Eric Palup Collins. On this program, we bring you in-depth and accurate analysis of a sporting event from the world of sports. This program comes your way Saturday every week from 2 to 4 p.m. here on Focus Online TV. We encourage you to keep watching. Again, I'm your host, Eric Palup Collins. Thanks for following. Good day, folks. What a pleasure and one way to welcome you to Sports Insight, your biggest sport magazine program here on Focus Online TV. I'm your host, Eric Palup Collins. On this program, we bring you in-depth and accurate analysis of a sporting event from the world of sports. This program comes your way Saturday every week from 2 to 4 p.m. here on Focus Online TV. We encourage you to keep watching. Again, I'm your host, Eric Palup Collins. Thanks for following. Good day, folks. What a pleasure and one way to welcome you to Sports Insight, your biggest sport magazine program here on Focus Online TV. I'm your host, Eric Palup Collins. On this program, we bring you in-depth and accurate analysis of a sporting event from the world of sports. This program comes your way Saturday every week from 2 to 4 p.m. here on Focus Online TV. We encourage you to keep watching. Again, I'm your host, Eric Palup Collins. Thanks for following. All right, thanks for rejoining us. We are back here with your favorite sports magazine program, Focus Sports Inside Live on Focus Online TV. And so today we have here with us in our studio beautiful Miss Nelly Kruger Vinton, an emerging sport pundit. She's been around, someone who been hugely supporting the growth and development of sports in Liberia. She has refused to come on the camera today, like she said today. She's going to play the observing role in another time. She's going to make her official debut on the platform. We're going to talk more about women football in Liberia. Specifically that's our area of interest. So we are happy to announce the presence of Nelly Kruger Vinton in our studio. Some of you know Nelly. The name is a household name in the football being sector of this country. So again, we get the program rolling. Like we said, the issue here we've been talking about the dismissal of Ansu Keita as head coach of the Lone Star of Liberia. We've been looking at the decision from the angle of the Liberia Football Association. Yes, like we said, Keita himself had a dismal performance. A lot of people have argued that Keita as a coach is a youth coach. If you check the CV of Ansu Keita, most of the schooling he went to for football, it was the youth coaching, youth development program, a lot of stuff. So the national team is actually big for him, then giving him tough time. He found it difficult to ensure that he can pair the players. Yes, we will agree to some extent because we saw Keita's performance with the under 17 national team. But I think, like I said, Liberia football to some extent, we get involved with too much of politics. And it shouldn't be sports talent development all across the globe today. Football being used as a unifying factor, helping to change the life of many people. We go to our neighboring countries like Ghana, the Sierra Leone, we see the kind of quality of sports program that they are running. We are not running such in Liberia. And we just expect people to make magic come from nowhere and want for things to happen. I think that has been a problem that has been lacking because if you look at Liberia today, as compared to Liberia or before the war. I think if you look at Liberia in terms of performance, it has been actually different since we returned from the war. We had a democratically elected government. Most of the coaches we've been having, somebody said that Peter Butler, we have the talent Besky. We yes, we had James Salinsa Diba, he was here too with the national team. And all of those people who were managing the national team, we had similar public outcry. There were issues, people complained, and today it's Ansu Keita and people still complaining. So they said that after Ansu Keita there will be no more complaint. There will still be issues. We're still going to be talking unless yes, these kind of programs that we started, the youth programs that we started working with youth players in the country developing and today, some of us we can go to the NFL games. We've been following the less of Emmanuel Fully, Emmanuel Sie, you have or what it means, Sam Moses, Jonathan Fremont, all of these guys who were part of the local under 17 national team, Asu Keita, these are the guys who are currently dominating our local leagues in the country. So it speaks to the fact that yes, Keita succeeded one way or the other in terms of youth development. He missed out an opportunity to qualify the national team for the African Cup of Nations. Yes, he still has a mandate to ensure that he can qualify the Lone Star of Liberia to the 2026 World Cup. But again, it is the decision of the Liberia Football Association. They said they have parted ways. There will be no compensation. I don't know whether it's described in the contract when you part way with somebody, the person will be compensated for the time they spend with the team. I don't know whether it is there. And they said the search for a new coach will begin in January 2024. Again, we are equally eager to know who is going to be replacing Ansu Keita because if you say yes, you search for a new coach who you are bringing on board as a new coach for the Lone Star of Liberia. We can tell what are that person that is coming. Is that person going to do exceptionally well than what Keita was doing? Would there be no interference? Would that person be given the opportunity to freely execute the roles of responsibility as coach of the Lone Star of Liberia? It is actually discouraging that our national team we are making no progress over the years. Just imagine, count the number of games. Go to South Africa, you can win. You come on home soil, you lost on home soil. You went to Ghana, you lost. You went to Libya, you lost. You went to Morocco, you lost. You played back-to-back fixtures in Liberia, lost to Malawi, and lost to Equatorial Guinea. It is disappointing for us. Some of the guys are the echelon of leadership with regards to football in this country. They need to go back to the drawing table. You have people who are technocrats when it comes to football. Be able to identify the problem. If this is the problem, let's identify this problem that is faced with football, the growth and development of football in Liberia, the progress, what is hindering the progress of football in this country, and how can we address that? You cannot keep giving 80,000 as a sporting budget for football in the country every year, then you expect you say you want for football to progress. 80,000. 80,000 is just little or nothing. You cannot do nothing for football. And you want to compete with other countries that is investing half of million people are investing million plus of United States dollar into football. Then you say you want to go and play there and defeat them. Look at a country like Malawi. You couldn't defeat Malawi. You think you're going to defeat Tunisia? You think you're going to defeat Tunisia? Equatorial Guinea here. Equatorial Guinea, the kind of programs they have for football. You notice that the football program Equatorial Guinea has, most of the players are playing in Europe because at the end of every league season, you got players leaving from the local league. They are going for trial in Europe. Some of them with some professional contract, and that's a boost for the country. Yeah, it's not happening. We just sit home and we say people should go on the field and go and perform magic. It is not possible. So, a lot of things happening with football in this country, and today we have terminated Keita's contract. After Keita, we're going to hire another coach. If that coach is coming, I hope we're going to change the pattern. We're going to appropriate more in the budget for football. I hope we're going to allow that coach to work independently to do his selection, to bring the kind of players he wants to work with the national team. I hope we're going to place more emphasis on our local players who are doing extremely well, that we can just pair or blend them with few of the players that we have that are playing abroad. Like we said, the professionals that are playing this. The local players are observed that these guys that are here, we can start to train them. We started some point in time with the local national team were training for the chain qualifier. At certain point again, they stop practicing. So you can't continue like that. It should be a consistent thing. When you are consistent into something, you're going to get the kind of result you want to get. But you start something today, 2-3 days after, and you stop the whole thing. Then you say, no, it is not magic. So that's where we are with regards to football in Liberia. And so, Keita, we want to say thanks for the time you've been around. We appreciate you. You did extremely well. You did your best. You couldn't do more than what you did. And we are hoping that the next person that is going to come to take over the Lone Star of Liberia is going to ensure that they put the measures into place. Yes, let the Lone Star of Liberia return to winning ways. We have played more than 7 to 8 games in the Lone Star of Liberia. We cannot even celebrate a victory over our opponent. The highest thing we can talk about is a draw. It is discouraging for us. And actually, we want to say we need to step up the footballing authority, the national legislature. This is why the footballing authority need to engage the policy makers. You cannot be giving out 80,000 if you have other money in budget for areas that are not more important. Let's prioritize more for football in this country, most especially grassroots football. If we start to do that, I think we're going to ensure that we will get the necessary results that we want. Again, we talk about the Under 17 national team. The Mana River Union Peace Cup Under 17 national team is taking place in Liberia. It should have been Liberia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone, but Guinea did not show up due to some problems or reasons beyond our control. So it is best of the 4 series between Liberia and that of Sierra Leone. The first game was played this week at the Tusa Fee Sports Pitch in Ghana's and of course during the first game between Liberia and Sierra Leone, the Lone Star of Liberia defeated Sierra Leone 6 goals to 2 at the Tusa Fee Sports Pitch in Ghana's In the second game between the two teams, the game was played at the Anthony Tottenham Stadium in Monrovia. From 2 goals down, the Lone Star of Liberia had a dramatic comeback. They had to defeat Sierra Leone 3 goals to 2. And so it has been a wonderful event being attended by all of the football stakeholders, sports supporters all of around the country. They've been huge attendance. Both sides, they had their supporters sharing their teams. And I think we've been witnessing some extraordinary talents from our locals of players here on the local scene, most especially the Under 17 national team. The guys are quite impressive. We've been following kind of impressive performance from the players. And these are the players that we're talking about. These are the future talents of this country if we can invest more into them. Because if you see the national team, the local national team, the Under 17 team, I have had the opportunity to watch the 2 games. And I'm hoping that today again I'll be at the Anthony Tottenham Stadium for the 3. And we're going to come back before tomorrow at the Tusa Fee. If you see how the team plays, the level, the kind of pattern, the level of coordination, just mean that if we can invest into that local Under 17 team, We have to develop them up to the 20 level, where they're going to graduate. And by the time they are reaching to the senior level national team, where they have played together, understood each other, trust me, you're going to have a very vibrant, effective, and result-oriented national team. And this is why we need to be thinking about. Yes, so that's it. So today, Liberia versus Sierra Leone game three best out of four at the Anthony Tottenham Stadium. Liberia, we have won two already against Sierra Leone, and so we'll be hoping today in game three, if we win automatically, it means we are champions of the Manuel River Union Peace Cup, the men's edition under 17, taking place in Liberia. So we are still here, like we said, with a full opportunity. If you have a question, if you have a comment, you can leave it in the comment section. If you want to participate in the program, the number on the screen, you call that number via WhatsApp. You can afford you the opportunity to participate. We are gradually winding down the curtains on today's edition of the program. We have roughly about 6 minutes to go. So we'll take a short break and we'll come back. We'll be expecting your calls, your comments, just a minute break. Then we can wrap it up. Good day, folks. What a pleasure and one way to welcome you to Sports Insight, your biggest sport magazine program here on Focal Online TV. I'm your host, Eric Palup Collins. On this program, we bring you in-depth and accurate analysis of a sporting event from the world of sports. This program comes your way Saturday every week from 2 to 4 p.m. here on Focal Online TV. We encourage you to keep watching. Again, I'm your host, Eric Palup Collins. Thanks for following. All right, thanks for rejoining us again. We are gradually winding down the curtains. We have roughly about 5 minutes to go. Focus Sports Insight. We've been talking about the Liberia Football Association decision to terminate the contract of Ansou Keita as head coach of the Lone Star of Liberia and the Brooklyn Jada from the United States of America. He said thanks to the LFA for being robust on that Keita as a coach. Bravo is meaning he's happy, he's in favor of the decision to terminate the contract of Ansou Keita, head coach of the Lone Star of Liberia. So Keita is no more the coach for some of you that have been agitating the public. Some of the guys that have been holding placards at the SKD of recent, calling for Keita resignation or dismissal as head coach. Keita is no more. Now we should be focused on who's going to replace Keita, what ideas they are coming with. Are they going to get the full support from the angle of the national government, from the angle of the Liberia Football Association to ensure that we can get the necessary result for the Lone Star of Liberia? These are things we need to be talking about, because if we are just saying Keita cool, and Keita has left the stage, who is coming to replace Keita? We are not telling anybody. The person that is coming to replace Keita, what are they coming with? This should be our concern, of course. But we are not talking about the issue, but it's just about Keita. It's just about Mustafa Raji. We'll leave the real focus on, but sometimes we just focus on the issues that are trivial, the issues that are personal, the ones that are more political. And that is in no way going to help to promote football in Liberia or outside of this country. No, we must change our attitude, we must change our mindset, the way we engage issues. Our engagement of football should be different from the way we engage politics or other different issues. Because if we don't mind, sport is about unifying people, and today all around the world we know how football has transformed the life of many people, struggling families, struggling relatives, country. It has drew huge attention. Some of the guys we follow today we watch on live stream. Some of them came from low background in their respective country, and today they are at that stage because they had the necessary support. So it has been an incredible nearly 1 hour sports presentation here with you, Focal Online TV. We're going to resume, of course, on next week Saturday with another fascinating edition of our program, Focal Sports Insight. It has been an incredible time with you. For those of you that have been watching our live video, we want to say thank you. We appreciate you so much for your tireless support towards helping to grow this platform. Today, we've been having Nelly Cougar Vinton in our studio, an emerging sports journalist. As a matter of fact, it's a household name in the sports arena of this country, and she's going to make her debut on this platform anytime soon. But today, she's in the backstage. She's been following the conversation, and we want to say thanks for stopping by today. It has been incredible out there with you. So we want to bid you farewell. We say Have a nice weekend from our end.